When something happens in our lives or we receive some information, there is a crucial moment between the instant we hear it and our response to it. This interval is significant because it's where we interpret the situation and define how it impacts our identity. How we perceive and reflect on what's happening around us can completely transform our response. Imagine this scenario: your boss communicates insensitively and foolishly with you. If you interpret this as a reflection of your own incompetence, you may feel undervalued and worthless, which is likely to result in a negative reaction. We have no control over others' actions, and people often vent their frustrations on the weakest. Conversely, if you view the same situation as a challenge to overcome and see yourself as capable and resilient, your response will be much more positive and proactive. This gap between what happens and our response is crucial because it depends on how we interpret events, whether we perceive them as good or bad, safe or threatening, and the image we have of ourselves, as someone competent or not, worthy or not. Having positive self-esteem directly impacts our actions. Therefore, understanding and working on our mindset is crucial. How we react directly influences the outcome of our lives. If we're dissatisfied with something in our lives, like money, health, or relationships, it's often due to our reactions and the underlying mindset. Understanding and adjusting our mindset can significantly improve our lives and help us achieve better results in all areas. It's a process that involves self-awareness, self-mastery, and continuous adjustments. In this video, we'll explore 4 ways to initiate this process by delving into the writings of one of the greatest thinkers of Stoicism in history, Seneca. And if you're new to the channel, help us make this content more accessible to those who need it. It's simple: like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts on the exercises or how Stoicism has changed your routine. Know thyself. Every person shapes their own character, but chance determines their duties. Seneca. In ancient Greece, at the temple of Apollo in Delphi, was inscribed the famous phrase, "Know thyself." This expression encourages us to understand who we really are, essential for living an authentic life, building our value, and contributing to society. According to philosopher Seneca, each individual develops their character, but circumstances often shape our duties and roles throughout life. He argues that while we can shape our character, many aspects of our lives, like our work, physical traits, and place of residence, are often influenced by chance. He suggests we must first understand ourselves well to recognize our true abilities and limits, and then consider what we want to achieve. According to him, we need to know ourselves well to understand what we truly can do. Sometimes people don't reach their full potential because they doubt themselves, don't believe in their own abilities, and therefore don't act. Or, conversely, they overestimate themselves, don't recognize their weaknesses, don't seek to learn, and continue unsuccessfully trying to do more than they can. Therefore, it's important to honestly assess our abilities. Seneca describes 4 things that influence who we are and what we do: our nature as rational beings, our personal traits, the chance that affects our lives, and our own decisions and actions. All these factors shape our lives, choices, and identity. Understanding these factors helps us live authentically and utilize our abilities to the fullest, without trying to be someone we're not. This is crucial for leading a fulfilling and happy life and learning to build our value. Self-consistency. Strive above all to remain in harmony with yourself. Seneca. Living authentically, for Seneca, means having a stable personality and clear identity. Without these, a person can change their mind as often as the wind changes direction. This doesn't mean we must always act the same way. Put that way, it may sound ridiculous, but when we think about it, We do the same with our lives when we lack a clear direction, goal, or purpose to guide us. Consistency and direction are outcomes of a true life philosophy. A person living authentically, with sincere character, is characterized by having a clear purpose and consistent motivation in their life. However, many people aren't sure what they really want to achieve. This demonstrates the importance of having a clearly defined life philosophy that constantly guides us. Seneca notes that many people often change their opinions and behaviors, which today we might call unstable behavior. He describes how someone can desire one thing in one moment and something entirely different in the next. For example, someone might want to marry one moment and then simply desire a casual date. Sometimes this suggests the person lacks a clearly defined identity or a stable mind. He believes it's important to have a consistent personality. For Seneca, only truly wise individuals can maintain a stable character over time. Having a good character means being content with what one is, leading to more consistent behaviors. In contrast, a person with a bad character often changes, not maintaining their true essence. He emphasizes the importance of presenting oneself to the world as one truly is. Seneca discusses how people often don't show the world who they really are and behave differently in public and private places. He compares this to wearing a mask, where someone can pretend to be something they're not, especially when others are watching. The notion that everyone seems happy when the camera is on, even if they aren't authentically happy. Living authentically simply means, do as you say, and live as you preach. Seneca criticizes those who talk a lot about morality but don't act accordingly. For him, philosophy shouldn't just be a show, it must be lived through true and consistent actions. He encourages everyone to be authentic, saying, "Let your words reflect your true feelings, and your actions reflect your words." He believes true authenticity can be achieved when living a consistent and genuine life. He also acknowledges that our understanding of the world is always evolving and that there will always be new discoveries to expand our knowledge. He believed in the importance of remaining open-minded, as science continually reveals new things. This demonstrates how crucial it is to be curious and questioning, as each generation can contribute to advancing human knowledge. Seneca also believed that future generations would learn things over time that we don't know today, and discoveries we've made are based on the work of those who came before us. Seneca regarded Stoicism, a practical philosophy, as something to be understood and examined, not blindly accepted. This is because Stoicism isn't a belief-based religion but a philosophy based on logical arguments. If Stoic concepts make sense to you and can be practically applied, this philosophy could be beneficial in your life, rather than just being a follower. While he agreed with the early Stoics, Seneca wrote, "I allow myself to make new discoveries, make changes, and reject things when necessary. I agree with them, but I am not subservient." This is precisely the definition of our value, learning to think independently and contribute philosophies and ideas that help us progress in life. The early Stoics already knew that erroneous beliefs should be abandoned, not hesitating to take a new path if it's more direct and simple. Seneca didn't view philosophers before him as indisputable teachers but as guides. He believed that truth is accessible to everyone and that no one has exclusive control over it. Furthermore, he promoted the idea that there's always something new to discover, encouraging future generations to continue researching and learning. Stoic perseverance. There are 1,000 ways to lose, and sometimes changing direction is the wisest decision. Changing direction can be a way to demonstrate perseverance, but in a different way. It's about turning a failure into an opportunity, adjusting your plans, and perhaps finding a new, more promising direction. This isn't a defeat but a smart adaptation to circumstances. Perseverance doesn't just mean continuing without understanding, but also recognizing when it's time to change strategy. Acknowledging this can be as important as the ability to endure. Seneca wrote, "Even after a poor harvest, one must sow again. Often what was lost during a long drought on barren lands flourishes in a year of fertility." Similarly, after a shipwreck, sailors return to the sea. If we were forced to give up everything, what would it mean to be free from physical pains or problems? Seneca recognized that even wise men could be subjected to physical violence, lose body parts, or suffer great pains. However, for a Stoic, these are merely unfortunate events, they aren't considered true harm. What truly matters to a Stoic are virtue, kindness, and character. The only way to truly harm someone is to attack these aspects of their character. He urged the wise to strengthen their minds, be patient, and resist criticism of their character. Epictetus also compares this to a sporting competition. He says that if you fall during a competition, no one can stop you from getting up and continuing to participate. Even if one attempt fails, you can keep training and try again. And if you ultimately win, it will be as if you never gave up. Sometimes, this is the true strength of a Stoic. And if you've made it this far, comment, "I will invest in myself." This affirms your change. Also, take the opportunity to share this video with a friend who may benefit from it. Thank you for watching.